Now, vegetative propagation. Okay, so vegetative propagation is like type of this asexual reproduction where new plants arise from any part. Okay, or like new plants arise from the vegetative parts of a plant. Now, I've already told you that all the plants, all the parts of the plant except for the flower, all the remaining parts of the plant is called a vegetative part. Okay, so in vegetative propagation, what happens? This reproduction takes place from any part of this plant. Okay, any vegetative part of the plant. Okay, and then this vegetative propagation can be of a natural and artificial method. Okay, now here we will study the natural methods of this vegetative propagation. Okay, so the first one is then like in this vegetative propagation, it can take place in various ways. Okay, so the first one we will study is the roots. Okay, so the roots, these roots, some of the roots in plants, in some plants they are modified to store food. Okay, for example, this sweet potato. Okay, sweet potato, like you can see the buds. Yes, no, in the potato, sweet potato, you will see these buds. Okay, so these buds, if you plant these buds from these small buds of this sweet potato, okay, it roots means sweet potato. Okay, so in sweet potato you have these buds. Okay, so these buds, if you plant in the ground, then in the soil, then it will give rise to a new plant. Okay, and the next step of vegetative propagation is leaves. Okay, so in leaves there are some plants where reproduction takes place by the leaf. One example of these plants that reproduce by leaves is bryophyllum. Bryophyllum. Now many of you have this bryophyllum at home. Yes or no? You like for decoration and for beauty. Okay. So this bryophyllum, the leaf of this bryophyllum is like this. Yes or no? So from each margin, from the margin of the leaf, what happens? New leaf used to come out. Yes or no? So all these new leaves, okay, they are called the plantlets. Okay, what? Plantlets. And then when this falls down, or when this plantlet gets detached from the parent leaf, then they will give rise to a new plant. Okay, so this is also one of the like vegetative propagation. Okay, and the third one is stems. Okay, so stems are the most common part of the plant from where this reproduction takes place. Okay, and then reproduction or like propagation from these stems occurs in many ways. Okay, so we will study the different ways in which stems helps in the reproduction, or it helps in the vegetative propagation. Okay, so stems. So we are going to study about the stems. So stems propagate in various ways. Okay, the first one is tubers. Okay, tubers, they are also underground. What are they? They are underground stem. They are underground stem. Okay, an example of tubers is potato. Okay, not sweet potato, but the normal potato. Okay, so these tubers. Okay, potato is also a modified underground stem. Okay, that is modified for storing food. Yes or no? We eat potato. Okay, so this potato, in the potato also you will have these small depressions. Okay, deep part depressions, which is called the eye. Okay, so if you take this eye part of this potato and then plant in the soil, then from that this eye of this potato, it will give rise to a new plant. Okay, so this is also one of the ways in which stems can propagate. Okay, now the second type of insect, the second way in which the stems propagate are runners. Okay, runners. Now the runners means they are these are also a stem only. Okay, but they used to grow horizontally. Suppose this is the ground. Okay, suppose this is the ground. Then the runners, they used to like grow like this. They don't grow vertically, but then they used to grow horizontally. Okay, and then from each node the shoots are there. Okay, so between these runners there will be some internodes. Okay, the internodes, and then from each internode it will give rise to new plant. Okay, so runners, this is also a stem which grows horizontally above the ground, parallel to the ground. Okay, and then from the internodes, okay, you will have some nodes here. Okay, nodes, okay, nodes. So from these nodes only new plants will arise. Okay, now the next way in which the stems reproduce are rhizomes. Okay, we have studied the first one, second, third one is rhizomes. Now rhizomes, when we talk about rhizomes, then the best example to understand is ginger. Okay, so ginger, this is also a modified stem to store food. Okay, so in ginger, like there will be some these buds. Okay, buds, and then the buds which is on the, let me not draw this structure of this ginger. Okay, so you know what is ginger. We normally take this ginger every time. Yes or no? So in this ginger, you will see some small buds. Okay, the buds which is on the upper side of this upper surface. Okay, upper part, it will grow into a shoot. Okay, shoot means this one. You know what is a shoot and what is root? Yes or no? Root system, shoot system, you know. Yes or no? Shoot means the upper part of the plant. Okay, starting from the stems, branches, leaves, and flowers. Okay, roots means below the ground. Okay, so in ginger there will be some buds on the upper side. This upper side they will give rise to a shoot, and the buds that are present at the lower side they will give rise to this root. Okay, so rhizomes also is another way of propagating, or like another way of reproducing by stems. And the next one is corms. Okay, let me just rub all this and then write the next step, that is corms and bulbs. Okay, so next one is corms. Okay, so example of corms, I'll give colocasia. Okay, colocasia for you to understand. Okay, colocasia means the yam. Okay, yam that we eat. Okay, so this colocasia also, like this, when you plant this colocasia into soil, they will give rise to a new plant. Now the last type of vegetative propagation is bulbs. Okay, so in this bulb, I'll give one example, that is onion. Okay, so onion is an example of bulb. Now if you cut this onion into from the middle, then you get to see this kind of structure. Okay, so these are actually the fleshy scaly leaves. Okay, these are not that fruits that we eat, but then it is actually a leaf. Okay, scaly leaf. So bulbs. So onions reproduce by forming these bulbs. Okay, and in the center they will have that buds. The buds in the center, they will give rise to shoot, and they will have this buds in the sides also. Okay, so this will give rise to this new plant. Okay, so in these onions, okay, they used to reproduce by this from this bulb method. Okay, so these are the different types of vegetative propagation. Okay, natural processes, and in the next video we will study about the artificial vegetative propagation. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you all understood.